just got out the shower, hair looking crazy. But anyways, real quick, I just want to take a second. I know that this is a Lowkey brand unboxing, and whenever I do these, I always ask that you guys show some support and hit that like button down below. I have a wide range of products, so I have stuff that's super low-key all the way to a little bit more hype stuff that's obviously not as hyped as like Supreme or Palace, but it definitely has accumulated some hype. I love doing these unboxings because I show off a wider variety of products, so please, if you guys could take a second to smash that like button down below. You guys have been killing it with the likes lately, so I really do appreciate every single person who likes these videos, all the all-stars, gang-stars, monstars, all y'all. I appreciate you guys so freaking much, so please definitely take a second to hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, change that subscribe, turn on post notifications, and then leave some comments down below which is your favorite brand and why, and of course comment gang-stars, all-stars, and monstars in the comments. Thank you guys, appreciate you, and let's get to the video. Okay guys, so I'm finally back home. Now, if you guys have been following the channel, you guys know I was recently in California. While I was in California, or I should say before I left, I filmed a Lowkey brand unboxing. However, I never got around to actually releasing that Lowkey brand unboxing. Now, I know some of the brands in this video are not going to necessarily be low-key. I'm going to show off some low-key stuff. I'm also going to be showing off some other brands that might have a little bit more hype, but not quite as hyped as, like, you know, your Supremes or Palaces, stuff like that. I've always kind of used this video to show off the other stuff that I can't really fit into a video. So sometimes brands that have a little bit more hype, maybe such as Revenge, for example, will make it into this video, even though I do understand that they're not necessarily low-key. But these unboxings give me a chance to show you guys more of the stuff that I actually like besides just Supreme. If you guys have been following the channel for quite some time, you guys know that this is actually what I was originally doing back in the day because I prefer low-key stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Supreme, I love Palace, I love a lot of the hype stuff as well, but I do think it is important to at least show love or show respect to the brands that are still staying true to streetwear and also just killing it and maybe not getting the hype that they deserve. Like, for example, Gucci. Totally kidding. This is an example of an extremely hyped purchase. However, most of the stuff that I will buy from brands such as this are usually 90s inspired. For example, those are obviously very Dapper Dan inspired, and that's kind of why I went with those. I love a lot of like the bootleg 90s shit. That being said, there are always a plethora of brands that I talk about in this series. If you guys like this series, please take a second to hit that thumbs up down below. It really does help the channel out. Also, let me know in the comments which of these brands are your favorite and why. Besides Gucci, of course. By the way, before we get started, if anyone has these FTP all-over print denims in a size 32, please hit my line. I have a size 34. I would love to trade for 32 because I need a pair of those for the personal. Anyways, moving on, the first brand we have is Der Schutz, I believe. It's a German brand. I have showed this brand off before, actually. I really liked some of these, like, style of hoodies they did. They had, like, some, like, almost like box logo style hoodies. Okay, so, first of all, oh, they hooked it up. I didn't even get this one, but I guess they just blessed your boy with one of them. The two that I got, I'll show these off first. I really liked these tees, but first, oh my god, first of all, the quality of this tee is amazing. But looking right here, as you can see, you have this little box logo, and it has this like little Japanese street little graphic. Looks like some kind of graphic out of an anime. Obviously, you have the square, the little rectangle, kind of like a box logo style piece. However, instead of having Supreme or something in there, you have a dope little Japanese landscape. Now, the hoodies, I think they really killed it because these are actually embroidered or stitched in. It's like a patch, like stitched in. But if you look right here, you have a box logo style like graphic where it's all confined to this little square, but then you have it kind of like leaving the box logo, for example. So you have this gentleman who looks to be like on some mountain or something, and he is pulling up a friend. And I just think that's really creative and dope how they did this. Now, the one that they blessed me with, they gave me this right here. This is another graphic where you can see an individual kind of coming out of the box logo. So you have the graphic inside that little rectangle, and then it gets a little creative, and you have this individual kind of coming out of that little box logo. He's coming out of the closet. No, but for real, the quality of these tees are amazing, so huge shout out to Der Schutz. I'm going to leave a link to this brand and all the brands that I discuss down in the description below, so definitely check out that description. I think most of these are sold out, but hopefully they will have a restock or have some pieces on the site. Like I said, there will be a link down in the description. Definitely check them out because they got a lot of cool shit. And their stock is always changing. They've always done pretty cool stuff. In fact, I showed off an old like pant. I wish I could find it right now. I have so many clothes, but I showed off an old pant and shirt combo from them a while ago. And on top of that, they're a German brand, so it's really dope to show love because if you guys do not know, I am German myself. Now, that's the only box I have because, like I said, I did film this prior to actually going to New York and then LA and doing a little bit of traveling, but I still want to basically show you guys some of the other like more low-key stuff that I've picked up. Not all of it's low-key, like I said. For example, this right here from Vandy The Pink. This shit right here, anyways, is a Louis Vuitton bootleg piece. If you guys are familiar, like I said earlier in the video, I like a lot of bootleg stuff, or I guess bootleg inspired stuff from like the 90s, and so obviously I still like when I see stuff like this. You just would never see, well, actually, maybe you would. I don't know. I was going to say you would never see Louis Vuitton make something like this, but now we're in this weird place, like I mentioned earlier, where like you see these designer brands making bootleg versions of their own shit, or what normally would only be created as a bootleg version. So that's really fascinating to me, but regardless, this individual is known for creating a lot of like Louis Vuitton or Gucci or basically designer bootlegs and making just sick shit that you normally would not see. I did have to pay resale for these because this is one of the brands that I'm showing off today that has a lot more hype, and although I wouldn't say like, I don't know, you don't really see that much stuff of theirs shown off on like YouTube and stuff, it's definitely got a lot of hype behind it. I know Billie Eilish is known for wearing their stuff, and just tons of other celebrities you see on Instagram wearing Vandy the Pink or Imran Potato. Since I showed off some a little bit more hype, I'll go back to some low-key stuff. We have these two little tees right here that I got from a skate shop in Canada, actually. I got it from 9 Time Skate Shop. This right here is from GX1000. It says Bomb Hills, Not Countries, GX1000. I just agree with the sentiment. I think it's a really dope sentiment, although I'm not a skateboarder. Back in the day, as you guys know, I did use to BMX, so I totally agree. Bomb some hills. For me, I'd do it on a bike. But I also did get a bronze 56K tee. I really like this tee a lot. It reminds me of some like old like NBA Live 98 piece or something like that. And I used to have a tee very similar when I was in kindergarten, and I had a semi-mullet going on. But the tee said, mess with the best, lose like the rest. And yeah, I don't know, I just really fucked with this tee because it has that sentimental value. Definitely a sick-ass piece. And I got a pretty good deal on them, but of course I did because you guys know the Canadian to USD conversion rate is fucked. Speaking of bronze, I did cop the yellow or golden cinch cord corduroy pant. I don't know what the full name is, but basically it's like a corduroy sweat pant, essentially. I fucking love corduroy right now, primarily for the same reason that I like that tee. It just reminds me of the days when I was a young lad in the streets wearing the corduroy pants. In fact, I'm currently wearing some corduroy pants from Noah, and if you guys saw the designer pickup video, I did cop these, and I also got these corduroy patchwork shorts, which I have a photo on Instagram coming very soon with these. These things are extremely short.
Why are those shorts so short?
Why are long pants long?
Like short shorts. Anyways, yeah, definitely super short. Thankfully, I have a small ass dick, so there's no way you're gonna see my penis flopping around. But if you are physically gifted, then you're definitely not gonna want to cop these because your sausage is just gonna be slanging out of these bitches. But definitely some cool ass shorts regardless. Now, anyways, moving on from bronze. By the way, these did sell out. I think they still have some of the other colors on their website. I got the black size medium on their website. But another little detail that I want to mention before I move on is they do have the bronze Windows logo flip embroidered all throughout this corduroy pant. I just love this gold color. I think this gold color photographs so well and it just looks super, super sick. Now, I did cop some other pants as well. I got these pants from 10 Deep. I call these the 50 Shades of Magnus because, as you guys know, Magnus is known for wearing a lot of beige trousers, but this has a bunch of different shades of like khaki, beige, tan, whatever the fuck. Yeah, and it's got like all these different panels stitched into it. 10 Deep makes some awesome trousers. In fact, this twill trouser that I wear probably way too much on my Instagram. I get asked all the time what brand it is, and it is from 10 Deep. However, sadly, they do not have those online. 10 Deep, please release those again so I can get another pair. I know some people consider it like a mallcore brand. 10 Deep has never really had hype, and I've never felt like they've had the hype they've necessarily deserved, but they've done fairly well, and now they sell. Now, yeah, they do sell in the mall, but I still think 10 Deep has some sick-ass shit that a lot of people sleep on. Another cool streetwear brand that is an OG streetwear brand, and actually, I don't know, I feel like they do get the respect they deserve, but definitely a brand that I've always had love for is Fucked. Now, I got these sweatpants from Fucked, and as you can see, it says, "We are fucked" down here. This is a play off the Burberry sweatpants that has the different colored letters. Someone said something along the lines of, like, they copied Burberry. That was the point, but definitely a cool-ass pant. I love these things. I will say, I do kind of wish they made them a little bit more slim, so that way these letters don't bunch up as much, but nonetheless, super sick idea, and I definitely like Fucked as a brand, so I had to cop and support. Now, a streetwear brand that seems to have a lot more hype as of late, I didn't really start seeing their stuff until like maybe the last 2 years, is Awake NY. Now, I never copped anything from them until I saw this piece right here. This piece is super fucking sick. As you can see, you have all these monuments. You have the old World Trade Centers right there. You have the Statue of Liberty, the Big Ben, which I believe is currently under construction. You have the Eiffel Tower. You got the Leaning Tower of Pisa, all that stuff, the Great Wall of China, just tons of different monuments printed throughout it. And it kind of has this like black and white newspaper style print on this like beige checkered jacket. They did make a black one as well, but I loved the contrast of this print on this checkered pattern, which is why I went for this. The one thing I will say is online, the awake was embroidered in the tower, which looked super sick, but obviously it's not. It's just embroidered on the chest. I don't know if that changes, but if I remember right, I saw a picture. Maybe it was just like a mock-up photo where the awake was actually embroidered into the tower, and I thought that was a super cool detail because it looked like it was like a sign in the tower. Anyways, I get a lot of compliments when I wear this piece. I did have to shorten it because I'm a fucking midget. I'm 5'7"3/4. Let's just say 5'8" because that's what my license says. Don't disrespect me. But anyways, I did shorten this a little bit. I had it tailored just so that way it would fit a little bit better. Now, speaking of the Big Apple, I did get this merino morwood tee right here. I was surprised at how many people hit me up about merino morwood. Like, so many people were like, yo, morwood gang or merino gang or whatever. I was actually shocked at how much hype this has because the individual does not have a crazy amount of followers, but definitely his pieces have been known to get some attention because he is known for essentially making band-style tees out of things or around people that are not normally... Like, you just normally wouldn't see a band tee made for Steve Jobs, for example. So, super sick. You have the classic logo, and it kind of has this metallic little addition to it. You have, like, the old iPod menu right here. And you got some really sick songs. Some from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, Pearl Jam. Definitely some classics. Eric Clapton. Woohoo! And on the back, you have this Big Apple logo that is comprised of a bunch of small little images. I do not remember what that thing is called when you take a bunch of small images to create a bigger image. But the small image, I believe, is a hand holding an iPhone. Super sick piece, and I did pair this with the fucked sweatpants, and I posted a picture on Instagram, and I was actually shocked at how much love that picture got because I wasn't wearing anything super hyped, and it still got a lot of love. So I really, really appreciate whenever I post an outfit that is not wearing some crazy hyped brand, but still gets a lot of love, just like the pictures where I do wear a little bit more hype shit. For example, like Dime, right? Dime is a brand that has a little bit more hype. I will say, to me, Dime is nothing crazy. Like, I've followed them for quite some time. The first person I saw showing Dime off on YouTube was Gott's Wage Productions, or Kyron, for those of you guys that do not know who that is. He is a dope YouTuber out of Montreal. Super sick dude, really cool style. But I've never really cared about Dime. A lot of their stuff, to me, seems like they just put this exact same graphic on everything. They do it on hoodies, they do it on crew necks, they do it on tees. It's like as if Supreme released 50% box logos. But that being said, I love this color combination. I love this overdyed crew neck with this kind of shinier version of the same color. I do get a lot of compliments on the color of this piece. It's like this rose or like mauve color. I don't know, I'm fucking stupid and not that fancy. But that piece is fucking sick. Now I'm gonna show off a little bit more of a hyped drop or hyped release from Revenge. You have the Slump God tees. I love the way they do their photo tees. I feel like Revenge does a pretty good job of doing photo tees but putting their own little spin on it. And it's cool because it's almost like it's like the no jumper of Supreme. Supreme would be like the Hot 97 and Breakfast Club, and then like Revenge would be like the no jumper of that, where they like do photo tees for artists that normally would not have photo tees for Supreme. But definitely sick as fuck. Also, as you can see, you have the Revenge tattoo right there. You have him wearing a Revenge hoodie, looking slightly to the right, not the left. And then I also copped this piece from that drop as well. Some really, really sick puff printing. If you guys do not know what puff printing is, it's definitely a little bit more expensive to do, and it's harder to do as well, but it's a super nice addition, and it's nice when you get a piece like this and you open it up not knowing or not expecting it to be this kind of puff print, and then you feel that and it just feels a little bit better. Definitely nice to open up and see. Now, last but not least, I do want to show some love to Born and Raised. If you guys do not know, Born and Raised is by far one of my favorite streetwear brands. I recently got this from the homie Devin. I do not know if I showed this off on a video yet, but this is one of my favorite pieces that they have done in quite some time, and sadly I was not able to afford it when it dropped. Sometimes their stuff is a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth it. It's all made in the US. The quality is immaculate, and I just love Born and Raised. I got a lot of love for them, and they've just been doing some sick shit. This was a recent collab they did with 424. As you can see, 424 right there. Born and Raised, all embroidered on the hood right here. They were one of the first brands I ever saw doing like the hood embroidery. And I don't know, they just do cool shit like this printing right here. I love how this goes over on the kangaroo pocket. You have the big Born and Raised spell out across the chest. You have the crest right here on the abdominal region. I don't know. They have some sick shit coming. Like, I love Born and Raised. Obviously, this is some of their more simple like hoodies and just cool spell outs and cool graphics and cool designs, but they have a bunch of other sick ass shit coming, so definitely stay tuned to Born and Raised. I'm gonna leave a link to all of these brands, of course, or at least try to leave a link to some of these brands, if not maybe their Instagrams or whatever, down in the description below. Go show some love. I know a lot of people that watch me love Supreme and Palace and stuff like that, but there's a lot of other streetwear brands that you guys can be showing love to and giving your support to that are super sick, and they definitely deserve it. Woo! It is hot as balls in my apartment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it from the top and bottom of my heart. Please take a second to smash that like button down below. Also, let me know in the comments what is your favorite brand and why, or at least your favorite brand that I showed off in this video. I know a lot of you guys love these videos. These videos do not normally do as well in terms of views, but a lot of you guys tend to like them, which is why I keep making them. But I'm done ranting because it's hot as balls in my apartment, so thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. And as always, keep living the star life. Peace the fuck out.
Bang, bitch, holler when you feel this. Fresh up out the county, tell them hoes to get up on me. I was in that motherfucker with some killers.